there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be starting a new series. I say new as if like I've got an old series. I've never done a series before and I actually feel a bit of an arse calling this a series, but I have a plethora of eyeshadow palettes that I've bought and tried from Aliexpress. A lot of these palettes I tried like in the early days of my Aliexpress videos, and since I tried them I've had new subscribers who have asked me if I could try these palettes. I just thought it might be fun to kind of go back, revisit these palettes and see how I find them now. These also are the products that really got me excited about Aliexpress, made me realise that there are some hidden gems lurking around Aliexpress. So I just thought it might be really fun actually to just dibble dabble back into them again. That's what we're doing today, and I could think of no better palette to kick off this series with than it's not my all-time favourite. It was until I tried the Belonging palette by Ucanbe, but my all-time favourite Aliexpress eyeshadow palette before trying the Ucanbe Belonging palette, drum roll, the Twilight Palette by FOCALLURE. So this palette, it really whet my appetite for what Aliexpress had to offer. This is a amazing palette. The shimmers in this palette, mind-blowing. I absolutely love the kind of jewel-like shades. We'll put up a video now of the swatches so that you can see. When I first tried this palette, my mind, it was blown. I was just so impressed. You do have a few different kind of shimmer formulas going on within this palette. So you have a couple of shimmers which are a little bit more chunky, almost like a pressed pigment. And then you've got a very smooth wet look sheen kind of shimmers. They are so metallic, so rich in pigment, and everything that a shimmer should be. The mattes are also really good, but I feel like the shimmers are like the Nick Carter of this palette. I was actually a Brian Littrell fan. You probably have no idea what I'm going on about, but like if you know the Backstreet Boys, like everyone loved Nick Carter and I loved Brian. He was like my Backstreet Bae, you know what I mean? Also, the look that I created with this palette is one of my all-time favourite looks that I've ever done. I'm not bigging myself up or anything, but I just love the look. I loved it. So I'm hoping to kind of not recreate that today because I want to create something a bit different. I'm going to dive into this palette, and because this is also a get ready with me, I'm going to be like obviously showing you like the other things that are happening. So also guys, let me know in the comments downstairs, like at the end of the video, if you like this idea. If you don't like the idea, then that's fine. Like that, I would really appreciate your feedback either way. So to begin, I'm going to be priming my face, and I'm going to use the Hydrate Primer by Makeup Revolution. I've been using this now for a while and I really like it. It is very liquidy indeed. It's almost like a kind of serum. It's just so liquidy. Like this definitely keeps your skin feeling supple and moisturized. I would definitely recommend it if you've got dry skin. It dries quickly as well on your face, so like it doesn't feel wet on your face, but it just kind of sinks in and makes your skin feel very hydrated and very happy, you know. I've almost used this up, you know, like I think that's a good thing though, because that shows how much I've enjoyed it. I love that moment, you know, when you're kind of rubbing in like moisturizer, serum, primer, just whatever on your face, and it starts to kind of set, so then you can't rub it in anymore. I don't know, I know that's like a really like niche thing to be into, but I'm really into it because like, I don't know, it just feels like really satisfying, you know, when you think, god damn, I've rubbed that in so well. I don't know, it's just a feeling of accomplishment in a world where I don't really feel accomplished a lot. So I've got to just take it where I can, you know. Okay, so next we're going to go in with a foundation. One of my very favourite foundations is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I have that in the shade Vanilla. Love it. Don't love the shade because it's definitely a shade too dark, and just to add insult to injury, it oxidizes too. So I recently repurchased it and I got the shade Porcelain, which I believe is the second to lightest shade. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a more appropriate shade match for me. So we're going to try this for the first time today. So this is what she looks like. This is definitely one of my very favourite, most trusted foundations. I know that if I put this on my face, it's not going anywhere. Like, she's going to just stick around all day. Oh my gosh, she doesn't look that much different in colour from the vanilla shade. Okay, so I'm just going to use my Juno & Co microfiber sponge just to pounce this all up on there. Do you know what? This does not look that much different. In no world is this porcelain. What? And this is the second to lightest shade. Like, Snowy is the lightest shade, and that's probably another brand's version of like hazelnut. I don't know, is there a hazelnut shade? Not sure, but if there is, it'll be the same shade as Fecking Snow. So the reasons why I absolutely love this foundation are that it leaves your skin looking natural but kind of perfected. It gives you a good medium coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. It kind of looks like, you know, your skin feels so comfortable. It just lasts so well. It's bulletproof. Not that, like, I don't know, I've never tested that theory out, obviously. I've never had a bullet at my face to test the foundation. I mean, gosh, that would be like the most extreme foundation review ever. Could you imagine? Will this foundation survive the bullet? I mean, oh gosh, that's not one. Like, the foundation may, but I don't think I will. So that would be like a really sad video and quite traumatic to watch, I think. And it would definitely be demonetized. The shade, it looks no different from Fecking Vanilla. So, I mean, I would do side by side, but I don't really want to because I'm not actually 100% sure that this is the same shade, and I don't want to have like half and half face today. That's not the look I'm going for. I've kind of done this side of my face just so that you can see the difference, and I've not blended this out properly, so I'm going to just blend it out so it actually looks good. I mean, really. By the way, I was putting some kind of overnight self-tanning doodah on my face, and I don't know how, but I got a massive blob here. It was a bit of a fail. Not my finest moment, but please, like, just pretend you can't see that. Okay, so next we're going to use my favourite concealer. This is by Maybelline. It's the Instant Age Eraser. This is in the shade Light. I do also have it in the shade Ivory, but for some reason I just find that that's not quite so flattering. It tends to emphasise my fine lines a little bit more. I think because it's lighter, it has more of a highlighting effect, so it kind of highlights my fine lines, which I don't want it to. I want to conceal the fine lines, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like putting a fucking microscope. Is that the thing? Microscope? Oh, no. Microscope, you can see tiny things. What's the thing where you've got, like, you could look through it and things look bigger? I don't know. Anyway, guys, let's just not bother. No one cares. This is also slightly warmer toned as well, which I actually think is quite flattering. I'm just going to go ba because I'm doing a YouTube video. So if I'm not completely overdoing my concealer, I'm not doing it right. I'm just going to take my sponge again and just pounce that in. Pounce. See, in my daily life, I never put concealer on my nose. I never put it on my forehead. Don't really put it on my chin. I mean, I don't actually use concealer every day anyway. Again, it's just like a YouTube thing, I feel. Okay, bitch. Yes, bitch, yes. Fuck, guys. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. That was embarrassing, wasn't it? This stool is definitely like on its way out right now. It's barely a stool anymore. I mean, I just need to invest in a new stool. Like, I've invested in my lights now. Stool is next on the list, I feel. Probably not, because it's not a very exciting purchase, is it? Like, we need some new fecking blinds downstairs. Oh, what a boring purchase that is. Oh, guys, like, I promise I'm not going to mention being ill in this video. Well, I mean, I'm about to, but don't you just hate it when you're constantly blowing your nose and you've just fucking done your foundation and then you have to blow your nose? Okay, so next we're going to be priming our eyes, and I'm going to be using the Ucanbe Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Primer. To do this, this costs a couple of pounds, and it's actually really, really good. It does the job. I mean, again, not very exciting, but it does the job. I have also, like, you know, I spread my foundation up onto my lids, but I'm just kind of overdoing it today because why not? This just gives you a really solid foundation on which to apply your eyeshadow on top of. I mentioned recently in a favourites video that, you know, I used to buy the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is exactly the same but much cheaper. So maybe I could use that money I'm saving to actually buy a fucking stool. Probably not. So my eyelids are feeling extremely satisfyingly tacky right now. So, oh, but I'm not ready to do anything with them. Okay, so next I'm going to set my face with my Wet n Wild Colour Icon Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. I've hit pan. I've hit pan. Seriously, guys, I've hit pan. So, like, for this to call itself a bronzer is like the Too Faced foundation to call itself Porcelain shade. It's just not. It's actually a really good all over face setting powder. Like, I really, really love it. I feel like it just leaves my skin looking a little bit kind of radiant and glowy, which is what I'm always looking for in my life. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to kind of, I don't know, I didn't lick the brush, but somehow it got a bit wet with my saliva. I don't know what happened. So then as I was kind of like patting it around my face, I'm spreading wetness, and that's not pleasing me right now. Okay, so next we're gonna oh fuck, that moment when you realise you've left your fecking bronzer in a fecking box by the radiator. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Sculpt and Glow by FOCALLURE to contour my face. So this is an extremely cool toned contour. I really, really like it, but I cannot emphasize enough how cool toned this is. I've got this in the shade 01. So this does come in a couple of other shades. So if you're not a fan of like extreme cool tones, you could always pick one of the other shades. But I really like this. I've just got to use like the lightest of the light hands ever. So I just put this on because it can look quite ghostly, I feel. It almost has like kind of, oh shit, oh for fuck's sake. Okay, and I'm going to be locking all of this in place with the Ucanbe matte setting spray. It's not matte, but it's really, really good. It's got a really, really pleasant smell to it, and I really like the spritz, and it just keeps your makeup in place. And did I mention it's not matte? It actually is quite radiant. So now that we've done that, I'm going to just apply a souchon of highlight. Somehow I've managed to misplace my most favoritist fan highlighter brush. I have no idea where she is, but I'm really, really sad about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's left me. She's abandoned me. She's jumped ship. She said, no more am I going to be applying highlighter. I'm just going to go retire. I'm done with all of this shit. So, oh my gosh, so what do I use in her absence? So sad. I'm going to have to use this, which actually is nowhere near appropriate. This is like a crime against highlighting brushes, but I'm going to do it anyway. So for highlight, we're going to be using the Kaleidoscopic palette by Ucanbe. This is what she looks like. Very stunningly beautiful. And I'm going to go in with, oh gosh, it's so tough to decide, but I'm just going to go in with this very, I don't know if you can see it, but this very light pink shade. I am going to be coming back to highlighter soon, so this is just to give us an initial kind of glow, you know. I'm going to pop a little bit on the nose. Okay, so now that we've, oh feck, I forgot, I've not done my fucking eyebrows yet. For the eyebrows, I'm going to be using my ABH Promenade in the shade Taupe. This is my absolute favourite, go-to, reliable eyebrow pomade. I love it. So yeah, I'm just going to be plopping this on. So I always start in the middle of my brow and then just kind of work my way out from there. I've always got the most amount of product to begin with, so I just don't want to go ham, you know, on the outer bit of the brow, or on the deadly inner bit of the brow, which is the most challenging place ever. So I just start off in the middle and just work my way from there. I just follow the natural lines of my eyebrow. And then on this inner bit, I used to come like all the way into the middle and do that whole like boxy thing, which never looks good. So, I mean, it does on some people, but like not me at all. So I don't go all the way in now. I just kind of almost kind of fill in what I've got, follow the natural lines of my brows, and then just put the brush down before I have a chance to feck everything up and piss myself off. So I just use this spoolie bit just to, you know, blend out any harsh edges. And that's me. That's my eyebrow game done. Look at that eyebrow. Look at it. Oh, not going to win any awards anytime soon, but she'll do. Okay, so we are finally ready to go ahead and reunite with the Twilight palette. I remember this being so good. I've used it so many times since filming that first impression, but I've not used it recently, so it's a real joy to actually get stuck back in again. So to begin, I'm going to go in with the shade Tangerine, which is like this burnt orange shade, and I'm just going to pop that into my crease. You know what's interesting as well, because I used to love FOCALLURE. They were my golden boys. What? I don't know. They were my golden brand of Aliexpress. I used to absolutely love them. And part of the reason why I loved them was because of this palette. But I just found that the newer palettes that they've released, you know, like the pink palette, the nude palette, the sweet as honey palette, I just did not think formula wise they were up to the quality of this Twilight palette or the Your Eyes on Me palette. So I've kind of fallen out of love a little bit with FOCALLURE recently. I'm wondering if trying this palette again is going to bring back all of the love that I have for FOCALLURE. Okay, so there we go. I really like that. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with Rose Veil, which is a very kind of quite deep dusky rose. I'm just popping this in my crease just below where I put the first shade. It's having a little bit of trouble blending, I'm noticing. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it looks a little bit patchy. But we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with a shimmer, and we are going to be, oh my gosh, I'm just so spoilt for choice. We're going to go in with, oh god damn it, there's so many options. When I filmed my first impression, I went in with this shade here, which is called Party. So I think I'm going to avoid that one today. And I think I'm going to go in with this beautiful purple shade, which is called Twilight Lavender. It sounds so beautiful. So I'm just going to use my finger to apply that. And this is definitely one of their... I mean, it feels like a pressed pigment because it is a little bit textured in the pan. But look how smooth it looks on my finger. Oh my gosh, let's just do it. I will need to try it right now on my lid. Oh my gosh. Oh, guys, like I can't shout because my throat's sore if I didn't mention that already. But look at this. This is how 99% of other shimmery eyeshadows look after you've applied them with a wet brush. But look, this one, she looks so beautiful. It's a shame that my lid is an older kind of eyelid and that I have little like creases in there, because if I didn't, look, oh, look at that, guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. Right, let's get more on. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Right, I'm going to have to go in with a little tiny brush because I just did my nails. Oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. See, once again, I am falling in love with this palette. This is so beautiful. And if I remember correctly, when I first did my review of this palette, there were a few people that came back to me and said that they tried it and they didn't really like it. It was curious because I was thinking, have they been sent the right palette? Like, or have they been sent some kind of imposter palette? Because I've only ever had brilliant experiences with this palette. I think the quality is exceptional. Like, look at this. I think it kind of speaks for itself, you know, just the look of it. But I remember being like super disappointed that some people just didn't have a good experience with it. As I always am, you know, when I recommend a product, I obviously want everybody to love it as much as I do. But I know that's not always going to be the case. Okay, so here we go. She's looking sensational. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the under eye. I think I'm going to use Rose Veil again, which was the kind of dark dusky rose shade. So I'm just going to pop that all under my eye, and then I might also blend in a little bit of Tiramisu, which is this kind of chocolate brown shade. I'm going to do Tiramisu first. I used to love Tiramisu. Now we're going in with Rose Veil. Okay, so there we go. I do have a slight bit of fallout going on here, which I'm not very happy with, but I can put a brave face on, you know. Okay, so I have finished the eye look. I am going to just have another spritz of the setting spray prior to doing my mascara because I want to apply more highlight. Did I say setting spray? Oh, I don't even know what I said. Anyway, we're spraying more setting spray. It smells really nice. Like, it smells vanilla-y. Like, I think everything smells vanilla-y, but oh my gosh, I'm really missing my highlight fan brush right now. But oh, I've just got to try and pull through it, you know. Be strong, be strong. And you know what now? I've lost the brush that I was using as a highlight brush. So now I've got to use one that is even less appropriate as a fecking highlight brush. I'm going to go back into the Kaleidoscopic palette and I am going to go in with, I'm going to go in with this shade, which is like a duochrome kind of purpley shade. Why am I making that face? I mean, I don't know, but I'm just going to like pat that on here like this. Can you see how gorgeous that is? I know that you're going to be tremendously distracted by this fecking veil on my face right now, but anyway. I think someone's having an argument down the road. I live for the drama, guys. I think she's shouting at her boyfriend on the phone. She's shouting on the phone, like, guys, I can hear her from up here. So can you imagine how loud it is for her poor boyfriend? She's hung up on him. She's like, no, feck you. Done with you. Just feck. Oh, no, she's phoning him. I don't know. She could be phoning someone. Nobody cares. Anyway, there we go. There we go. Look at that, guys. Oh, my gosh. Right. Okay. So next we're going to move on to mascara. And you know, of course, what I am going to use. Becking Essence / Princess. If you're ever watching one of my videos wondering what I've used on my eyelashes, it will always be this one unless I'm reviewing another mascara, because this is the very best around. It's got a beautiful conic shaped wand and it just gives you loads of volume, loads of length, loads of sass. Okay, so here we go for the eyelashes. Honestly, Essence / Princess, the best mascara around. I always love trying out new mascaras because you never know. There may be one that I like better than the Essence / Princess, but probably not. We are going to just finish off with something on the lips. So I think before I do that, I'm going to use one of my favourite products, one of my best investments. I know, she looks like an anal plug, but she's great. Watch this. Right, so this is my lips before, right? Oh, God, I've got something on my fucking face. Oh, shit. Fake. Call the police, guys. Call the police. Oh, holy shit. Use this a lot when I'm filming, just to give my lips a little bit of a boost. I did want to get lip fillers, but then I found out that they cost about £300. And like, no offense if you have them, I'm actually quite envious of you, but in my position, I just couldn't justify spending that money on making my lips look a bit bigger, especially not when I've got this fabulous little friend. I just go like this. Oh yes, bitch. Oh yes, bitch. Saving myself £300. This works a treat, guys. I love it. Okay, so just to finish off, we're going to be doing a little bit of a lip product. And I have no idea what lip product I'm going to use. Do you think, would my dirty money go with this look? Or would that be a bit clashy? I think a bit clashy, maybe. Holy shit. Like, this is the problem with using the lip plumper. You know, you don't have much time.
Are you finished filming?
No, I'm still going. I'm just about to apply my lip product.
Oh, no, fine. No, Rosie, wonder how you're getting on.
I'm literally applying my lip product. 10 minutes, I'd say, max.
Yeah, no, Rosie. See you later.
See you later, honeys. I don't know what to use on my lips at all. Oh, it's a dilemma. Okay, so on the lips today, I'm going to be using this Golden Rose Long Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade 10. It is an amazingly affordable, grungy liquid lipstick. This is actually what I wanted Posh Spice to be like from Jeffree Star, but I found that Posh Spice, it just didn't look exactly how I wanted it to look, whereas this one is like proper grungy, you know. The Posh Spice one was just not grungy enough. It was like 30% grunge. People looking at your lips thinking, has she gone grungy today? No, I don't think so, because the lips aren't looking that grungy. But this one, I just love it. It's such a unique shade. It's like a grey with like lilac in it. I just love it. Okay, so there we go. Yes, bitch, yes. Okay, so this is the final look. I really hope that you've enjoyed this Get Ready With Me today. And I also am really keen to hear if you enjoyed the idea of revisiting older palettes that I was going to say discovered, and then I thought, oh my gosh, you sound like such an ass that you discovered, as if you're some kind of diamond digger-upper or something. I don't know. Do you know what though? I always wanted to be one of those dinosaur digger-uppers. You know, when you have like a toothbrush and you're like, you're not even digging, you're just like toothbrushing the ground to get bones. I never really understood like why they did that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to be. I think another term for that kind of person is archaeologist, but I just think dinosaur digger-upper is so much better. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Could you let me know though if you enjoyed the video? I really appreciate it. I really hope as well that if you missed my first review of the Twilight palette, that you enjoyed seeing it today in this video. It is everything that I remembered it being, and actually more. I'm definitely going to be reaching for this more again now, because I just think the shimmers are exceptional. The mattes, they're good, but it's the shimmers within this palette, in my opinion, that really make it stand out as being something special. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.